Thanks for joining. My name is Pankaj. Today we'll see how to create a secure WordPress website in following 4 simple steps. The first step is we'll go to the GCP Marketplace to launch the WordPress image. Then once the image has been launched, we need to go and make this external IP address to static. So whenever the VM get bounced, it will not change the IP address. Third is we need to configure the DNS. There are 2 ways to do this. I will show you both. And then last is because whatever the WordPress image get launched, which will be only accessible with HTTP protocol, which is not secured. So to make this our website secure, we'll go and configure this SSL certificate. So the first thing, like now we currently logged into this GCP console. First thing we'll go to the marketplace, and that is where we'll go and search for the WordPress image. Search the image. Yeah, certified Bitnami. And once we select, we'll just click on the launch, and that should give us the template where we can just the deployment template where we'll be filling what is my deployment name and what is the configuration of machine I need, either like a small, medium or micro. I'm just going to select whatever is the default is, but if you are expecting not that too much traffic, right, if you select a micro, the price get reduced very drastically. But this price also is depending upon what zone you are selecting. So there is a little bit prices change across the zones. For example, if I select something in Australia, where I am, for example, so it will be little bit fluctuated here there, right? So I'm just going to select the small instance, and then here is option to select what is the boot disk you want. If you are expecting, like for a better IO, you can use the SSD persistent disk. So there is not too much variation in the price, but the user will get a good performance. And make sure you allow HTTP traffic, and HTTP yes is been selected, and then just click on a deploy. So what actually it is doing behind the scene, it is creating this compute instance, and it's also installing all this software for us. So it's a very hassle free, and it may take up to another 2-3 minutes. So I'll just pause it, and once it is been deployed, I'll again restart recording. Yes, now the deployment has been done. If I access this site URL, it should give me the home page of my portal. Yeah, so it's been installed now, and this now we are done our first stage. The second step is we need to make this external IP address as a static IP address. So like whenever our instance get bounced, you should not go and like change the IP address. Otherwise, if it is permal, so every time our instance get bounced, restarted, it will change the IP address. Then our website won't be available. So now let's go and make that IP address as the static IP address for our VM. For that one, we need to go to the networking, VPC networking, and external IP address. And this is where you can see this one. This is currently perma. I'm just going to make it static. I just need to provide what is the name I want to put to reserve this one. So I just click on the reserve, and that is making my IP address static. So now I don't have to worry about the many numbers of times this instance gets bounced. If I apply some patches and it rebounces, so this IP address is going to be always like this one. The third step is we need to go and configure the DNS. As I said previously, like there are the 2 ways to do it. So let's first like I'll just first configure it into the Google domain, right? You need to have your own domain register. So I created my domain like tailshortstory.com. So like once I go to this Google domain, I click on the DNS, and on the DNS, if I can come to the bottom, like I need to create here a record and the C record type. So we'll first make the record of type A. So let it be like at the rate, and then here you need to have our IP address. This IP address is whatever our external IP address is. So I'll just click add, and then after this one we need to create the CNAME record. So have www.a, and here you select the CNAME, and then have its 1 hour. This TTL is basically the cache time, so I can have it 1 hour, and then you add your domain name. In my case, my domain name is tailshortstory.com, so I just added it here. So generally to propagate this, it will take around 30 minutes. As per the Google document, they say like it may take up to 2 days, but I think it should be done within the next 30 minutes. So I'll just, because if I try to access this URL now, I wouldn't be able to see anything because this is not been propagated yet. So I'll pause it again, maybe in another 15 to 20 minutes, I think generally it should happen. So we'll see you then. Now the third stage for us to go and configure the DNS, as I said earlier, there are the two ways to do the DNS configure. So now the first thing I'm going to show you how to configure in this Google domain. So you need to have your site register. In my case, I have the site register called tailshortstory.com. So I need to DNS configure means I need to associate this IP address with this domain. So you come to like once you select this your domain on a Google domain, then you go to the DNS. Straight away scroll down until the bottom, and there you'll find a custom resource record. So here you need to specify your external IP address and for the record type A. The second record which we need to do will be of a record type CNAME. So let me add this second record www CNAME 1 hour. TTL is basically that is a cache time. So my domain name here tailshortstory.com, and then I'll say add. So it will take to 20 to 30 minutes to propagate this information to all the servers. So like whenever I go to the web with www.shortstory.com, I should be able to see my this home page. So now if I directly go now, I won't be able to see it because it is not been propagated yet. So I'm going to pause it for some time, and then in another 15-20 minutes I will again come back. Yeah, once you provide this information, you just click on create, and now your CNAME record type is been done, right? So similarly you will be doing your A record type. Sorry, yeah. So here, what is my IP address? Basically is this one, right? This is going to be my IP address. Then I'll say create. Oh, sorry, I don't need to have the HTTPS. It need to be only on the IP address. Then I say create. Now this thing has been created for me, right? So the next step for me is to I need to go to this Google domain DNS setting, and that is where I need to configure, like I need to specify this server name. So for that one, for example, I'll just copy one. If you see the numbering, like it is D1, D2, D3, D4. So let's go to this cloud DNS, and then here you have to come here and select the custom name server, and just keep adding this thing like a D1, D2, D3, and D4, and then click on the save. You can do it either the same way, like either the by using the cloud DNS service on a GCP, or you can use this the whatever the earlier way I defined. So the both way will work. again after you configure this one, again like you'll have to wait for 15-20 minutes in order to like it will propagate all those changes everywhere. So yeah. Yeah, so within the 15 minutes, I can see, like if I type tailshortstory.com, I can see this my website. So if you can see here, like it says my website is not secure because currently it is the HTTP protocol. I need to make it HTTPS. So for that one, we need to configure the SSL certificate. So let's that is our step 4. Let's go and do that one. So for that one, you need to go to this your compute instance. So I'm just going to this my compute engine VM instance, and then that is where we'll go and do the SSH. So this is my instance. So SSH. Once you are connected to this SSH, then you can run this Bitnami HTTP Configuration Tool. Basically, it will ask some information about that. What is your domain name and some other contact information. So my domain name is this one. Enter. Poland not included in the tell. Do you want to add them? So yes. Well, you must be knowing, right? Whatever the capital Y or the capital alphabet, you don't need to type it. You just enter it, and then like because that is a default one. Enable none. Uh, no. No, to do this one, enable www to no, and then yeah. So do you agree to these changes? Yes, we agree. And then it is going to take some 2-3 minutes, and then after that one, I think it will be generating the SSL certificate for us. So I'm just going to put my email address in case if it is required. Do you agree? Yes, I agree. And then it will take some 2-3 minutes. I'm just pausing the video. Yeah, now it's been done. You can see it's been successfully generated. I just press the continue, and this particular command to run the HTTP configurations I will put in the description, which you can use from there. And now we need to go and check it into the our web browser. So now I come like and just come to our thing. Currently you can see here it is not secured. So I place enter, and now you can see it is being secured. So that's how you can enable, like you can create your own website in those 4 simple steps. So tell me guys, how do you like this video? If you have any question, you can ask me, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be coming up with more and more videos like this one. In case if you want to know about some another static, how to create just a static website, right? Because this is a dynamic one, it has web server, VMs and everything. The cost for this one will be more than the static website. If you are a new, and if you just want to have the just like a less than $50 or like a less than $1, if you have your website up and running, I have the another video created. I'll put link here. It's about how you can create your static website by using the Google storage. So have a look on this one, and thanks for your time. Bye.